All right. Looks like I've got everything up and running. I can see my level. Yeah, game. So we're all good. How's it going tonight, Thorn? I'm just trying a little darker shade here just to see how that looks. I definitely like that better in the corner. Not positive I like it here, but we'll leave it as is for now. So this is what I've done with the room so far. I made it a lot brighter. So ringed it in glowstone, polished diorite on the ceiling, stone brick on the floor with more glowstone. Nice. I also opened this up so I can fly in and out. So the fishing hut's right down there. The nice thing about this is there's no way for anybody to get in here other than me with an elytra or up and down through there. So I've got 2 pods done. This one is bulk storage. So this is just, there's no little guy involved in this one. It's straight comparator, hopper blocking, and then the comparator to read the level, yada, yada, yada. So that's that. This is completed. This one is the one that I'm currently working on. So this is basically all my redstone. It looks like it's a bit of a mess, but it is all the redstone kind of things. This one is all the spruce kind of things. This one is other wood kind of things. Copper and honeycomb, because they sort of go hand in hand together. Gold. Other stone types. So this is your stone bricks, netherrack, etc., etc. Other miscellaneous bits of stone. This is where the gravel goes, the flint, bricks, etc. So in here we've got glass sand, glowstone, ender pearls, emeralds, and diamonds, and blaze rods. So this is kind of that sort of stuff, and this is mob drops. This is work in progress. So this is going to go right, I think, here. Throw another torch right here. Taller than I need. So we got a copper golem working hard away here. I can directly access this right from here. It also, this is the input chest for the entire system. So put things in here, the bulk items get sorted out. Anything that is not sorted goes into this copper chest. Then he sorts. I'm going to put another 1, if not more, copper golem in here because this is going to end up being a bit of a bottleneck. All right, sounds good, Thorn. So I think 7 is kind of from the reading that I've been doing, from paying attention to other people's videos. In terms of processing speed, 7 tends to be the sweet spot. Very minimal gains after that. If you're looking at a curve, I guess this is the better way to show it. It goes up like this and then starts to level off, and the intersection point is right here is about 7, where the curve starts to flatten out. So, excuse me. Excuse me. I am going to be putting more these guys in here. I don't know if we can get in underneath this. I've got it sort of blocked off now. But this is exactly what I showed you guys yesterday. I think I have a picture of it. Interesting. None of this wants to do its thing. Oh, that's because I'm on the wrong friggin' screen. So this is what's going on behind the scenes. Let's see if I can get my mouse over here. So basically what's going on is these are the chests. This is the input chest. These are the chests that the hopper golem puts items in. There's a comparator here. It feeds through the block and then a max signal strength of 2. At which point it sends a signal back, turns this torch off. When you put one more item in the in this slice, that's when it unlocks the hopper and allows them to drop through. Basically, slightly different from a standard system. It's kind of multi-stepped. A normal system reads on a signal releases on a signal strength of 3. This releases on a signal strength of 2. And the way you do that is, instead of having 3 pieces of redstone, you feed it through the solid block, which preserves its original signal strength, or the original comparator signal, so that this now has a signal strength of 1. When you get to that last or the item that will open the hopper, hit a signal strength of 2, and the circuit completes, turns the torch out, unlocks the hopper, is basically how it works. And then things just flow down the slice. So here's this guy hard at work. The other thing that I've put in is there is a bubble vader here. And this is fully connected up. Basically, this used to feed into a bank of chests. This now feeds through this way over to the bubble vader and inserts cobblestone directly into the storage system. Much better design, or much better way of doing things, because I have direct access to it in my storage system. I've also tested it. It doesn't damage any of the placed blocks or the redstone, so it's all good. And then this is one way into the base, and this is the bubble vader. So if I use this as an input chest, come back from mining, fly in, basically I put things in here. There's you can't see it, but in underneath here there is a dropper that spits the items into the bubble vader. Up they go, and basically they get sorted. So the way I've set this up is, we've got 2 banks of 6 chests of cobblestone, 2 of stone, 1 of smooth stone, 2 of dirt, and then I've got iron and poppies, because they are coming from the iron farm. Those I have to transport myself, and then we've already talked about this. So basically, that's kind of where I left off before we had to go out and go shopping. So give me a minute or 3 to get remember where I was at. I think it's basically just set up. But based on the state of my tools, first things first, we're going to have to go over to the mob farm and repair my pickaxe. Durability is down about 1/3, so we'll take care of that sooner rather than later. So here's how this system works. Now, I'm going to have to add a new filter, because I just added these items. The deep slate bricks are not currently in the more stone or other stone. We've got cobbled deep slate, and cobbled deep slate slabs, but we don't have the bricks. So That's the reason that I kept this in place, so that I can access the filters. Whoops. And I need to put something over that hole. Or not, I just have to be careful. So that should be this. No, this one. So there's nothing really I can put in there, so it's going to have to go in here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove one gravel, put in one of these deep slate bricks. The gravel will go into storage, and then the deep slate bricks will now be sorted by the yonder minion. And he's just about done. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dump my stuff back into here. These should all get sorted into their appropriate places. I don't think pumpkin's being sorted yet because that's a food type thing, but we'll take it from there. So we'll go dirt. I'm just going to grab a couple more rockets. One other thing that, oh good, this guy finally froze up. So if you don't wax copper golems, they eventually turn into statues, which means that you can pick them up. Forgot to grab wax. Should be able to get this done before dark. Then we'll sleep. Then we'll go off. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this here because this guy can't escape from here. Put him down. I think there he's back to life. We wax him. Come on back. I'm going to have to go sleep real quick. So once we're done all the mining, I'm going to pull this beacon out of here and do something in the center. Probably turn that into a living area. Okay, so he's now waxed. And then the only way back out is rocket. And then we'll go put the glass back. So we now have 2 guys in here. So that is by far the easiest way. It's not very time efficient, but that's the easiest way to move copper golems around, is let it completely oxidize. They eventually rust up, stop moving. They become a statue. They're posable, so you can actually pose them as statues. But this guy's waxed. This is not, hence the reason it's green, not orange. This is just the input chest for my rockets. So this is just an auto crafter for rockets, basically. I also extended and beefed up the crafting system here. It is now 32 blocks long, and currently it is crafting bamboo. So this can do sugarcane or bamboo. I also changed the design. I put um, the observers. Basically, they alternate with glowstone. This means that the likelihood of you missing a signal is a lot less, and you can see it just fired and knocked a bunch down. And the way that this used to craft just paper, what it's now doing is it makes a solid block of bamboo. Bamboo. That drops down into here. This gets turned into bamboo planks. Those drop down into here and become a chest. So this is a chest manufacturing system, all automatic. So bamboo grows, chests come out. And I think that is it for upgrades around the base from last after I stopped streaming last night and this morning. So yeah, I also took this path down by one level, just made it a little easier to get in and out. So let's go fix my weapon or my oops. I also changed my video rendering distance to 16 chunks. It was at 8. If you guys are noticing any lag, let me know and I'll revert it. But it draws better. Or at least it draws further out. Not much, but a little bit. Not going to make it. Round we go. Gotta heal up a little bit of everything. We'll do the easy ones first. And then we're going to go back and finish hooking up the sorting system. I have to do a bit of crafting for that. I have to make all the filters. So, stuff to do. And then we go back to moving stuff from my starter base. And we're going to put all of this into storage because we can now. It actually goes pretty quick here, way quicker than fishing. But if fishing's all you have, it's all you have. What I'm looking at, if I hover over the weapon, right down at the bottom in brighter white is the durability. I'm at 1385 out of a maximum of 1561. So that's what we're doing with the mending, is we're bringing that back up to 1561. And those little XP orbs are what are doing it. So there we're at 1435. So this is giving me levels and it's repairing everything, basically. Everything I own has mending on it, except for this bow. When this bow breaks, I do have a mending bow that's going to take its place now that I've got a source of arrows. Early game, I'm more a fan of mending than I am of infinity, simply because you can end up with infinity bows that are almost, they're too expensive to fix, basically. When you go to repair them, it'll cost you 35 levels or 36 levels. I've had them that were that high. Whereas with mending, you can just fix them. So you can put a lot of enchantments on it, and you can do it in a roundabout way. And then as long as you keep an eye on the durability of it, you're fine. Right on. Home on the range. And we're just about, no, we're done. So everything's healed up. I should be able to sleep. Do I have room for everything? If not, this should. So we can go straight in the base. Can't really see it there as just shadows is all you can really see is items going flinging up top. There you can see them getting spat out. Oh, and we've got 1 or 2 pieces of rotten flesh that are not going to make it into the system, which is not the end of the world. And these should all be going right here. The gunpowder, my bad, is going to get filtered out and end up in this copper chest over here as overflow, because that's destined for rockets. But we can remedy that real quick. Mob drops are the last one. Oh, I do that every time. So remove a bone. Put in gunpowder. Gunpowder now gets sorted. I'm not liking that. We've got pieces that are not making it into the system. I wonder what they're hanging on. What I might do is replace that with a piece of ice. I don't know if that'll help or not. So note to self, don't use the bubble vader. Sugar needs to be added to that mob drop as well. See if we can get those out of there. What the fuck are they doing? You guys got work to do. I'll see how much of a mess we can make here. So that was 3 rotten flesh, 5 of those, and 4 of those. So that's not insignificant. Have they collided? I may have to work out a way that that this area is wider, because this is no bueno. Very cool. Think what I might do once I know that yeah, what I may do here is give them an extra path. So just basically move the glass. Put glass down here and here, and then block this off. I wanted to be able to come in and adjust filters as required, but this having them lock up completely is no bueno. So let's see if I've got any more glass. Pretty sure I do. I'm just going to lock it from right here for now, and then I am going to have to figure my own way out. Oh, you nitwits. Yeah, let me go rest first. That's really cool, Thorn. That is a not insignificant decrease in total size. If I absolutely have to, what I can do is put a trap door there, flick it, and then go in on my belly. So not the end of the world, not optimal, but doable. So we need comparators. So we need, I already put the torches in place. I don't think I have. I have not. So we need redstone torches, we need comparators, and we need repeaters. Yeah, that's a massive decrease in size. All right, so we need 9 torches. Well, we need them all. Now we've got 4 of those. We've got no comparators. So we're going to need some of those, and stone. Nine of those. We need 9 of those. And now we need torches. Yeah, I already had 2. I'm okay. And we are going to need redstone. Oops. So when they drop down, it's set to 1 tick delay. I'm setting all of these to 2 tick delay. So I'm placing it and then right clicking it the second time to put the stick, the second stick, if you want to call it that, in the middle, or sorry, at the 2 tick delay. That would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then it just repeats the cycle. This farm needs all of those set to 2 ticks. I just turned the gamma control on. So we want smooth stone, which I don't have on me. And I'm just using smooth stone so that I know not to dig it up. No, I need that. And that's in the wrong spot. Those are all in the wrong spot. I'm going to have to fill this in. So, dirt hunting we will go. Oops. Yeah, there's a bunch of games out there that are sorely in need of an optimization like that. Like numerous titles that we've played together. We'll just fill it in from here. Good God. This is a rat's warren. But this... All right, we'll fill it in from here. And yes, I realize there's resources in here, but priorities. As in, it's not currently. Nice. Sounds good. Yeah, I'm actually fighting off a little bit of a food coma myself. I am just getting rid of these blocks temporarily so that I can see what this pattern ends up looking like, so that I can make sure that I get this built correctly. So we got that one, and then we need there. And then filled in here. So this is where the repeaters go. The hell is all the gravel? I know I mined a bunch. No. Did I put it back in the stone chest? I have lost my mind. Actually, you know what? It might be in the yeah. Or I guess not. God damn it. All right, the build portion is done. Are they still running into... Oh, God fucking damn it. Unbelievable. So I might be going up there to commit murder. Just saying. We're going to throw the coal in here for now. So none of this can be pinched off, but I can do that. So if I put this block in, it actually breaks the, if I put a block right here, it cuts on that knife edge and doesn't allow redstone to do its thing. But this way they are sealed, the redstone is sealed in, which means that water can't get in there and do bad things. It's not worth it. Shouldn't, I'm going to keep the smooth stone because as soon as I say I shouldn't need it, I'm going to need it. That's good to know. All right. So we need to... Right. So with that... So that can still be opened. I'm going to leave these guys a little bit more room. Now, these filters I need to set before we go in. Hey, Terry, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Doing good. Let's see here now. Wood. You got a trap door here anywhere? That's slabs. Trapdoor. So I can still get in here. And I can work. Yeah, I can change filters. Okay. And I think all I'm going to do for right here is just put a steel door in it and a button, one on each side. Can I put one on the other side? Yes. And I think my iron door is down at the original place. Actually, with that in mind, I can put an iron door on the other one and lock them in that way as well. We got our buttons. We just need the doors. We got one, so we're going to have to craft. These are all the non-stackable kind of things that I'm worried about. The food's got to get sorted next, but seeds got to get sorted. This is all that's left of the original storage system that was in here, so we're just about done moving base. And this can go down there. Store that there for now. So some things are not going to end up in the storage system. They're going to end up in chests because they don't stack with each other and they're hard to get to go into an automated storage system. Need those. So yeah, there's no reason why they can't stand up in here. Or I can't stand up in here. So these guys can open that one. They can open that one. I think what I might do here is put glass in here. Oop, not there. know if I got that back or not. So what I'm gonna, or what my plan is, I'm gonna do that here and here. I don't know if I can do that here. Can if I do this slightly differently. Just give these guys a little bit more room. Okay. So I can spawn in copper golems in here. Anywhere, really. And they can do their thing. And I have access to the chests for filters. Back here, I have access to the chests to change the filters. That makes much more sense. So basically what happens, or the way this system works, is copper golems can access up to 10 chests. So we've got 9 slices for storage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then an overflow chest. And this is going to get connected by hoppers to another pod when I eventually create it. I'm going to go get rid of some of this because I'm starting to fill up here. I'm going to hang on to that. I'm going to need that next. Done with the glass for now. And based on my sad state of sand, I think in the tomorrow night, we're going to build a sand duper or a duplicator. So in the spruce, did I set trapdoors as part of what goes in there? And I realize I'm very scatterbrained today, by the way. I apologize in advance if I'm a little bit all over the place. So spruce should be here. No, here. And yeah, we got pressure plates, trapdoors. Perfect. Basically, the way the filters work for copper golem multi-item sorting is to get a signal strength of 1, you need filter items. You need a stack plus 35, and then you fill everything except for 1, assuming that these are all stackable items. That produces a signal strength of 1 coming out on the comparator. As soon as anything else goes into the chest, you hit a signal strength of 2, and it releases. Basically, there's a torch locking this hopper from dumping everything into the storage system. We don't want it to dump until we get one of these, and that's the way this works. Is they're never going to be able to sort these because these are iron nuggets that I've named in an anvil to filter. But this slice can store all of these redstone items. And then what the copper golem does is he will withdraw 16 items from here, so or a quarter stack, and then start opening items until he finds one that has those items in it, and then he will deposit it in slot number 1. And because that exceeds the signal strength of the system that we've put in behind, it turns the torch off, which allows it to drop items out of this. And as soon as the signal strength drops again, the torch flicks back on and prevents these items from leaving. So next thing we have to do here is make these filter items. So we need 9 and 4 is 11. I think it's 12 full stacks of nuggets, and they need to be renamed. That might be more than we meant. We got I use nuggets because they're relatively cheap. So there's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, nuggets can't be stored by the system in here, but I can chuck anything I want in. So nuggets can definitely go in there. We just have to remember to sort them manually, which is why I labeled these, and will be labeling them. So now that that's done, you can see we got 36 levels. We're going to lose 12 levels naming each stack. So we pop them in here, change this to filter, and then pull them out. You can use anything as filter items. I find that this is the safest because if you put an item into a hopper that you're using as a filter, or sorry, if, for example, let's say I was using dirt as just regular dirt as my filter items, and the filter, or sorry, the dirt chest overflowed, like it filled to the point where it's now overflowing. It will go to the next hopper in line, find dirt there as my placeholders, and start putting it in there and basically break the system. So the chance of me putting these through the system is 0. Therefore, it's the safest filter, or the safest way to filter. And you can use anything you want. I used iron nuggets because I've got an iron farm, and the nuggets, relatively speaking, are cheap. It was less than 2 stacks of iron nugget, or of iron bars. Fiddler. That'll work too. Now that I'm thinking about typing, I'm making errors. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12. We're not going to use all of them, but we will use most of them. There are, in one of these, it was a blue one. I had filter items around here somewhere. Apparently I've moved them. There. So I didn't need to make that many because I already had a stack plus 2. So we'll have more for the next bank that we build. So basically all I do now is I put those in like so, and I'm going to come back and add the 3 more additional items. So you pick up a full stack by clicking on it. You pick up a half stack by right-clicking on it, and that gives you half. And apparently I am going to need a few more. It's more than I need, but I'm not going to bother counting out. And now I'm just using the mouse wheel to roll these into place, and that is not default action for Minecraft. That's one of the mods that I'm running allows. I think it's called Most Essentials, and it's what allows me to craft just by dragging items over through the crafting grid. Oh, is that one not locked? No, I just didn't put items in. God damn it, I didn't make enough. Oh. We can make more. So we need to make a stack. I think it's night out. Yep. Beauty of this base is I don't really have to worry too much about it. There's no way for mobs to get in here. So that one's done. That one's done. That one's done. 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 Now, I didn't space this correctly. How are we going to do this? We're going to turn this chest. Putting that there temporarily. So they can still access that, and I'm basically going to have to, because the next slice starts right here, so I need the copper chest basically right here. And at that height. Oops. So the copper golem can still see that chest. And I'm going to put in one piece of scaffolding that should end up in this copper chest. Okay. Now, I need to a way to get in and out of here. It's going to have to be right there. For now. Dummy. That'll work. Pain in the ass, but that'll work. Gotta be a better way in. Hang on. I may go in right here. And then it's just a question of where do I go up? That may not work. Now I've got items hanging up there. God damn it. It's too far back. So this isn't going to work here. Now, I'd rather it not be somewhere. Well, this is going to be copper golems as well. No, this is over the... That won't work either. It's going to have to be where it is. Which will work for right now, but the mechanism for the sorting system is going to be right there. So it will end up being back here in this corner. But for right now, this is going to have to do. All right. Now that I've done spinning in circles for 5 minutes, like a numpty, what we need to do is start bringing things in. So we'll put in the foods. So We've got golden carrots, cooked salmon, cooked mutton, regular carrots, baked potatoes, cooked chicken, cooked cod. Just making sure that I got no repeats. Not that it really truly matters, but we have regular potatoes. We have raw cod, raw salmon, tropical fish. We've got wheat and pumpkins. Don't think I've missed anything. So now what we do is we basically just put all of these in so that they're not in the first line. So now all of these items can go into this slice. Now we need to flesh this out the rest of the way. So basically what we're going to do is the thing I've got the most of that I don't really care about is carrots. So I'm just going to use those as spacers. So I've already got one carrot there. So we'll just put all of the carrots together and fill the rest of that in like so. And just to prove that it works, I'm going to take a couple of items of each. And we'll drive those into the system one or two at a time. And they should be waiting for us down below. And you can see they're disappearing, which means that the hopper is unlocking. Like I said, the little minion dudes will do this for me. And there they are there. Now, I'm just going to manually put them in here because there's no reason for me to wait for the copper golem to be in place. But there's food. Oh, first error. So in hindsight, these should have been spaced over by one, but that's hindsight. So gravel should be more stone, and stone is stone. Stone bricks are either other stone or more stone. They are other stone. So it's going to take me a while to get used to this. Now, the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put my ender chest down here because this is now going to be my base. We got a few more things to bring over. This is the last slice I'm building for now. I'm going to start populating these chests just to get them into place. But I'm not going to build the system in behind until I actually need the pods. It's not actually that bad to lay these out. as long as you've got a bit of wall behind it. Six is as high as you can reach, so that's the reason that I'm limiting these to 6 tall. So basically what I do is I put the first bank in place. Now you have to crouch or you'll open the content or open the chest rather than put a new one in place. And then with these, I do something very similar, except we're going to go top to bottom, and I'm crouching and touching the cursor to the side of the chest that I want this to merge into. And then what my plan is for the corner is something similar to what we've got here. Grab some cobbled deep slate. And to make bricks, you make polished. And then you've got the bricks. So from an aesthetic perspective, this will end up being here. And then this will be here. So we've lit this up so that we can't get mobs spawning back here. I'm just putting this in for aesthetic reasons, just basically making a curtain. Can't make a lot of these. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Touched the wrong spot. But you'll get the idea. This is what the room's going to look like. And then this, Hopefully I can figure out where I'm going to put this. Oh, whoops. Because I'm going to need that to get up and down. But this will be the band, like so. It might actually end up being here, clear the whole thing, and you have to do a full lap, but we'll see. So I'm going to finish moving the stuff over from the base at this point. Time of day is it? It is, oh, it just turned daylight. Actually, we've got more chests here because this thing is continuously crafting chests for us. I'm basically turning bamboo into chests. Fully automatic. So it's a automatic bamboo farm. Once it comes down, it crafts those into I can't remember what it's called. Hang on. A block of bamboo, and then you put a single one of those in. It gives you 2 bamboo planks, and then you fill in everything except the center one, and you have a chest. So, and all chests look exactly the same. So it's the cheapest way, fastest way to make a lot of chests. Didn't really need to fire that rocket, I guess. So we're getting there. But we don't need this any longer because this is fully excavated at this point. So we are going to need 1 piece of polished diorite. And then we disassemble. What I'm going to do is put all of this in a white shulker. I'm going to color code one of the shulker boxes white. And so there is my beacon, basically. So this part of the floor is going to need to be converted over to bricks and glowstone. But like I said, this doesn't need to be here, and then I can start to figure out what I'm going to put in the middle. So this one has nothing in it. So this is our beacon. And we will actually name this beacon. And then we just need some white dye. So we need 9. And the way I've gotten almost all of the glowstone is villager trades. Mining way slower. There. In the center point of the room, I think is right here. No, that's not quite right. It is an even number of spots. So after the double chests are in, yeah, that's a single row and that's a double row. So yeah, it's an even spacing in here. 9, 10, it's 19, by 9, 10 by 20. And I needed that to get in and out. So it's 20 by 19. So this is center. And then these two blocks are the middle. Yeah, if I made this 19 by 19, these would actually be pushed into here. Might have to rethink. Well, no, I'm not going to rethink it. But I may have to rethink how I get in and out, or just leave it. I just don't know what I'm going to put in the middle. I have no idea what I'm going to put in the middle. Anyway, we don't have to do that right now. Yeah, you could definitely portal in and out. But I kind of like being able to fly in. Do I still have dye here? All the bone. Oh, I'm a dummy. The bones are all down below. That was what I wanted to move. The seeds. So we've got seeds, and then we've got a whole bunch of non-stackables except for this. This is going to be an interesting one because this is going to be, I think it might end up being dyes. We've already got sugar, stone button. I think I've already got sorted. These are personal items. And then we got snowballs, which don't stack. I could put the snowballs in where the let me think about this. Let's get another shulker. Those can stack somewhere. Yeah. I'm going to put those in with the redstone if I've got room for it. Paper, sugarcane, puffer fish, that can go in with the food. Nautilus shells, I'm not certain how many stack in that, so... So we're down to 1. Snowballs, right. So we need to get access to this one. Of course, my inventory is full. So if I pull those out, I just, with snowballs where there are 16, I don't know how many goes in. That many, apparently. Let's see if this works. I mean, I could come in that way, or I could open this up to the sky. So the poppies are going to go elsewhere. They're going to go in with the seeds and flowers and all that other sort of stuff. All right, so that dilemma solved. Big thing is I don't remember what's directly above me. I kind of like the fact that there is this tunnel that just relapsing. Oh, you mean the cough? Yeah, it's just not getting better is basically what it is. You know what? That's fine. I just don't want things falling into the hoppers here. But this glass doesn't need to be here. And glass is an expensive commodity, so I'm taking this stuff back. Wasto rockets. So that stuff is fine right where it is for now. What I was saying is I like the fact that nothing can get at me in here. You know, there's no way that they can drop in on me. So perfectly secure, perfectly safe. And all my stuff is here. But I'm going to go refill my water bottle, take a quick washroom break, and well, I've also got to bring in a load of wood for the wood stove, so I'll probably be 5 minutes or so, and I will be back. That took slightly longer than I had intended, but I'm back. All right. Sunset. Okay, so we've got that needs to go back up. That's paper. I think I had paper somewhere else. I don't remember where those go. I'll have to sort them. So we've got wools in here. So it would make sense that carpets would go in here. Glass bottles, no. Chests. Oh, look, chests. Yeah, I did. I closed up the opening that was there. I mean, having an even number is not the end of the world. It's just it makes my OCD twitch. So that one's empty. That's the beacon. That's the one with the carpet and other shit like that in it. So this could be carpets and dyes and stuff like that. Sugar, I think we're already storing somewhere. That can go with, all right, so there's the dyes. 1, 2, stone button I think we've got over here with the redstone. I wonder if that can go in the mob drops. Or if it can go in redstone. So no to the redstone. Yes to the mob drops. shit. Pufferfish. That would be food. So here's how you dye these. That's the beacon, and there is white dye. So we now have a white shulker box. Color coding them and naming them just makes it easier for to find them. So we've got light gray, got gray, and white dye. So these all make sense together. These don't. Signs do. And the iron bars, they're kind of walls. So they could go in here. If there's room. Or they can go in over here for iron stuff. Or building related stuff. So could the lily pads and the vines for that matter. They could be decoration. Okay, so we've got, what the frig do I do with the bowls? That could go with food. The potions I'm going to leave out. Not sorted. I'm just going to throw them over here for now. So water bottles, potions, all of that sort of stuff. Where did I see buckets? Are they back at the base? I think they are. I'm going to do something over here like fuel sources. We're going to do the, oh God. This is the part about organizing a, like a long-term storage it's painful because I don't know where to start sometimes. Task paralysis, if you want to call it that, because, you know, you look at it after the fact and it's like, oh, that doesn't go there. Okay, so these I'm just going to move out of the way for now. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, the egg actually should be in food. Oh, it's not stackable. Okay. Good to know. Don't think I missed anything. So this is going to be flowers and seeds. Seeds and flowers. And the mushrooms should actually have been food. But and we're going to need red mushrooms the next time we go to the nether. All right, so that one's empty. So kelp. Yeah. Yeah, kelp, you can dry it out and burn it. So we'll actually, yeah, we'll do it that way. So we need coal and kelp. Okay, these things are all going to go together. Do I have any more pale oak signs? One. Have to make some more. If I could spell. So this is going to be signs, wool, and dye. But we need pale oak, which is in wood. We need sticks. Let's just see if this is correct. Yep. And we're going to need pale oak planks going in there now. Time to sleep. Yeah, since I found pale oak and pale oak signs, the the white, almost white with the black text, it just stands out. Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely something we're going to have to add to because there's a lot more dies. And a lot more different wool colors as well. Some of those are obviously not stackable, so we can only put 3 more items in here. Yeah, I understand that. I think these signs only stack to 16 is what it is. Something in there and more than one. Did I do the light gray wool? Did not. keep turning and I don't need to. It's straight in, straight out. That one's empty. This is all building stuff. And this is going to be... That we can add to. I did get the chain. I think it is time for us to bring Golem in here. And I'm wondering if anything has filtered past. Yes, scaffolding. Aha. Awesome. All right. So let's go see what Idiot is selling. Purple and cyan dye. Yeah, we get the emeralds for it. Nothing else I really need. Give this guy something to do. Time to put a golem in there. We're going to wax him. We need a block, and we need a pumpkin. Right, that one is fully operational. And we can see, I think, yeah, we've got the pumpkin seeds. We'll get him to do his first sort. Oh, I forgot to wax him. That way he won't oxidize. I wonder if I spawn another one in on the front half. I wonder. Not up on the chests like I just did. If they will collide. It's worth the experiment. Oh, fucker. Okay. All right, that'll work. Now I'm curious to see how long it takes for these to end up over here. So we've got 15 pumpkin seeds, and we're adding 4. Now let's see if they're colliding with each other. So he's got those. So he's going to look in. I think it's 3 seconds per chest. And he should dump them in this chest. And there they go. He's got the seeds. Not bad. That guy's voice is on my last nerve. So that's where the center of that's where my beacon was. So I could put a tunnel in here, I guess. I wonder if we set the cow on fire, if he'll drop cooked steak. Yep. And I think we need to add steak to the filter for food. Pretty sure we've got leather already in mob drops. Yeah. I forgot to bring in my water bottle. So what I actually left here to do was bring all or a bunch of the iron and poppies over, just to clear that system out. This needs to get cleared as well, so we'll leave that there. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave this stuff here. So that stuff is fine. Hey, Valk, how's it going? Oh. And I missed your entrance calling me a numpty. No, we're going to put the poppies in the purple ones. Thought I had another shulker box. Oh well. Almost like I know what I'm doing. I did it backwards. Yeah, and then I said I knew what I was doing. Tunnel vision, that's hilarious. Okay, we're going to get him to do the rest just to fill up the hopper. I have no idea when I'm going to use all these poppies. So 3 stacks plus 10, or 3 rows minus. So there's more on the other side. Just trying to balance these out a little bit. May as well heal the tools. Two full plus 3 stacks. Pretty close. Nope, missed it. And the rest goes in from up above. So the reason I'm doing that is there's a hopper in behind this, and before this can fill up, it needs to fill the hopper. So I'm doing that basically by filling it from above. I've never seen World of Tanks, Valk. If you stream that, I will watch. I've heard of the game, but I've never played it. We're getting there. It's almost... That bamboo factory has been wicked. I don't know if you've seen this, Valk, if you're still here. So this is my giant storage system. It's fully... so this bank is redstone sorted because it's bulk storage. So 2 full stacks of 12 chests of cobblestone. At this point, we've got almost 3, plus the hoppers in behind. And this is what I was referring to. When this hopper, or sorry, when this chest fills, this next hopper has to fill before this chest can start to fill. So if you're manually putting stuff in, you have to recognize that it's sometimes better to sort from, like gravity do its thing. So bamboo, I don't know if you've played with it, but it grows really fast. I've got a fully automatic farm up here. So this is a bamboo farm. It's very much like a sugarcane farm. In fact, this was a sugarcane farm until I appropriated it. It's 32 blocks long. The observers watch for growth. As soon as they detect growth, redstone pulse goes out up to 15 of them will fire at the same time. So this basically is fully redundant. You're pretty much guaranteed that this will always fire the full length. It's a question of when. It's not 100%. There is some loss. Like you can see that there's a couple pieces in there. They're never going to make it down onto the mud, so they're never going to get pulled through. And that's fine because it produces more than enough. So basically, mud is not a full block, so a hopper can pull through it. So we got this growing on mud. They break, they fall in the mud, they get pulled into the hoppers down below. Come into this chest, go through the hopper here and into this crafter. Once it's full, it will fire like it just did. It creates a plank. Plank goes through here because this is a one craft, so it's a second crafting system or second crafter. That crafts it into, sorry, that's a bundle of bamboo. This becomes a plank, and the planks go in here and basically make chests for me. The way that this is set up is it can't trigger until it's full. And like I said, I am turning bamboo into chests, all automatic. This is a cobblestone factory. That's the reason I have so much cobble. Basically, we got lava in and around water sources in water-soaked or waterlogged leaves. So what we're basically doing is that's what the bottom part is this is what's making the cobblestone. The rest of this machine up here is a TNT duplication machine. And you can see it just fell inside. It explodes. More cobble forms, more TNT drops, and on and on and on it goes. And if you watch down here, you can see the cobble from the system flowing through the water. It goes in, it goes around, up, across, down, and in, and then gets sorted automatically. So when I need stupid amounts of cobblestone for builds, like when I built that bridge, that's how I get it. And there's still stuff trickling in here. It takes it a while to filter through the system because there was a fair bit of it that just spawned through. So it's relying on the speed of the hoppers to keep it from killing the system, basically. So I think I did the calculation. I had a bunch of chests when I started this. I don't remember the total number, but it was 800 some odd chests is what I was going to need to fill this room because of the numbers. Which is why I went with bamboo, because it's easily automated. So this is redstone sorted. This bank and this bank are actually sorted by the new copper golems. I needed 750 on top of what I already had. And I don't remember how many I had. It was a stack and a half or something like that, so, it was like 846 or something like that. I could do the math again, but I don't want to. Because it's 9 by 6 doubled by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pods. So this storage is going to last me for a very long time. Now I just need to figure out what I'm going to do here to turn this into like a living area, etc. I mean, it's an odd room, but there's certainly a lot of space in the center. It doesn't have to be just shit lying all over the floor. It won't be eventually. I'm thinking dark oak, something dark and rich to contrast the ceiling and the walls. I don't have any dark oak yet, and I don't know that I've passed any. That's a pale oak biome. Something. Dark forest right there. That's an oak forest. Is a dark oak forest. So it's basically right here. Is this as well? Dark oak. Dark oak. So I head for the bamboo jungle. And after I cross that lake, I could just mark it. Yep. Yep. Let me know, like, if you're going live tonight, let me know. I will pop it up. Boy. So let's go get some dark oak. What time of day is it? Nighttime. Perfect. I got some shulkers. I'm not going to need the beacon. So I'll get some shulker boxes. I need more rockets. I don't need the shears. Now, I do have more rockets on me. I've actually got a shulker box full of rockets, but I don't want to break into them if I don't have to. So a stack and a half. That's, I'm not going to burn them all, but ooh, there's packed ice there. And I am going to want a little bit of the leaves. Just for something different. Oh, there's a red mushroom here. That's perfect. So we'll get a stack of leaves, and then we'll collect a whole bunch of dark oak and some saplings. Nice. Okay. That's close enough to a stack. Huh. I've never had that happen. Only 4 saplings so far. We'll do one more tree. We'll wait for the saplings and then we'll get out of here. But issues like that are part of the reason why I stopped using Streamlabs. It was just a little too weird sometimes. All right, it's late in the day. I didn't bring a bed, so we will head back. Oh, didn't mean to burn all those rockets. Ooh. It was almost a smear on the wall. So in the wood chest, we need to add those items. And of course, they get locked together. Fuck's sake. I gotta take that out of my offhand before I burn all my rockets. Now that is food, but I'm not going to bother sorting it. I suppose I could store rockets down here instead of upstairs. Easily done. Oh, yeah, you can definitely kill yourself. You can splat big time. So what I'm going to do is put the beacon in here. So we've got rockets. So this is a full shulker box full of torches, a full one full of rockets. That's the beacon. And then various other things that I might need or don't want to carry with me. I could put the empty shulker boxes in there if I wanted, but don't really need to at this point. What I'm doing is basically just dumping them here because it's on my way out the door kind of thing. These, what do I need to make a brewing stand? Cobbled deep slate so blackstone, cobbled deep slate, cobblestone, and a blaze rod. Easy. I'm going to have to put some thought into a design for in here because I'm going to want probably 2 rooms in here. I'm going to want my enchanting setup and I'm going to want potions. But I don't know exactly. I mean, there's room in here for 2 floors. I don't want to get into multi-floors. I just want a great big, more or less open area, but just divided up nicely. An area that's obviously the bedroom. Wow, holy crap, Valk. Can you do a like a full wipe from the system and reinstall and see if that fixes it? Yeah, absolutely get that. Start with OBS first because you might get Streamlabs up and running down the road, and that's where the bulk of your setup was. Because that way you won't have to rebuild completely. Maybe you can get it. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. I might have to toddle off to bed. You might be able to get your system up and running to the point where you can at least stream tonight. Oh yeah, it's coming up on 11, and I've been up since 4:30 this morning because reasons, no reason. So I'm gonna I'm actually gonna pause here. I need to figure out what I'm gonna build here. So we might do some experimentations. Like I said, I would like the enchanting setup here. I would also like the a potion area here, and then a bedroom area. So, you know, I want it to be obviously separated from the rest of this without it being, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have to think what I want to do in here. Like I said, part of the reason for getting the dark oak. So now I've got the pale and the dark. I just want to show you this contrast. So let's come off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll put a pillar there. So that's the stripped dark oak. And this is the pale oak. So you can get a wicked contrast if you want. Thank you, Thorn. So I don't know if this is the kind of thing that I'm going to go for. Because you could sort of pattern this up a little bit. So that there's some variation in it. That almost looks like marble. Let me play with a little bit of this and we'll see what we come up with. I'm also going to rejig. I'm probably going to move this over so that this is an odd number. That way this makes sense. That way it's separated by 2. So this would need to move. So basically I'm going to leave the outside ring more or less where it is. Maybe because it goes to a 1 block here versus the 2. So I might see if I can come up with a better way to arrange these so that they make sense, you know, spacing wise. Anyway, all stuff for tomorrow. I will be on tomorrow. I might be on Sunday. It depends on when I travel. I'm in Toronto next week. So I don't know if I'm going to Toronto on Sunday or Monday. I think I'm going on Monday. It just depends on what the loads are. And I won't know that until probably Saturday night. So that's tomorrow night, but definitely streaming tomorrow. If I'm not traveling to Toronto Sunday, I will stream on Sunday as well. And we'll see how far we can get this area, because like I said, this is probably my base for the foreseeable future, because it's got all of my storage, it's got all of my stuff, all of my farms are around here, so it makes the most sense for me to hang out in this area. I got to see if I can figure out a way to auto transport the iron from the iron farm here, but it's not the end of the world. Like, it's not a massive producer of iron. So, one of the other things that I may do is turn it underneath, I'm just going to, this is going to cause a lot of lag. That's probably going to freeze the stream here for a second, but I'm going to show you, I think I showed you guys this in the last stream. It's an auto shulker box loader. So you could what I could do is basically have all the iron get loaded into shulker boxes and stored in a chest that way. And then I just have to transport the shulker boxes over here, and you can actually build a shulker box unloader that then loads it directly into the system. So, projects for future day, for future us. But yeah, I kind of like this. That sort of looks like marble. So, and all I did was I alternated the pattern. That one's facing up. That one's facing sideways, facing up, facing sideways. And when you get back a little ways away from it, it's got that almost marble-like quality. So we might do something like that in here. It's a nice variation. And then with all of the red we've got, we could do red carpeting. Or white. That actually is kind of a cool effect because you can put carpet directly over the lights and it doesn't really impact the light levels. But it makes the area unspawnable, which it's unspawnable now currently anyway because of the light level, but it would, yeah. So let me mess around with this. And I will catch you guys probably closer to my normal time tomorrow. I got a late start tonight. We had the effectively lake effect snow showers all day long. They were supposed to be over by noon and they went on and on and on. Finally, it's like, we got stuff we got to do. So the speed limit on the highways here is 100 kilometers an hour. And we were doing between 60 and 80 most of the way in. So it was almost double the normal 40-minute drive into Sydney. So yeah. So then while we were there, we figured, why not? Let's get a bite to eat while we're there, and then came back. And so it was a little bit of a late start. But anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going to bed. So I will catch you all tomorrow. Everybody, thank you for being here tonight. If you could, hit the like button on your way out the door. I think I'm the only one watching on Twitch, so I'm not going to raid anybody tonight. But have a great night, everybody, and we will see you all tomorrow. Take care.